I want to offer you a gift, and that gift is a mulligan. It's a mulligan. Because you know what didn't sit well with me all weekend was your rather muted reaction to that massive Ravens-Chiefs trade. Like I'm still not over that. I'm insulted, actually, to my core. I'm insulted, but I'm also disappointed in you. And so I just wanted to say,
disappointed.
Disappointed. I forgive you. Yeah, disappointed. I forgive you because we reacted in real time. It was, and as I said on Friday, and to quote Day from next Friday, players mess up. Okay?
Don't remind me. Don't remind me of your reaction on Friday. Wow. Hey!
So you don't want a mulligan. I take it you don't want a mulligan then.
The kick. Guess what just happened?
I was gonna give you the chance to say, you know what, Michael? I stepped back. I processed it. In real time, I didn't think about it clearly. Because listen, man, I have takes that I want back. I have freezing cold takes from my decade plus, my 20 years, decade plus. What am I talking about? 20 years almost of doing this sports talk thing. I've said some things in the moment that I like to have back. And so
I'm sure
you downplaying that trade, I would have thought that
I bet you Friday,
over the course of the weekend you'd come to your senses.
I bet you won Friday. Man.
Wow, man. Okay. All right.
Hey,
I tried to help you out. This is me trying to help you, but you don't want my help.
You acted like
you don't want my help. All right.
Hey, did Andy Reid trade up for Patrick Mahomes all over again? Hey, wait a minute. It's the John Elway trade.
No.
It's the Michael Vick trade. Like, come on.
But he just propped open Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl window that much wider, Michael. I really thought that you would have come to your senses on this, but since you didn't, I'm gonna say what needs to be said.
Propped open.
The Chiefs have won the first round.
The Chiefs have won
the first round.
They've
won the first round before it even starts.
Mike,
and here's why they won the first round.
They lost their starting tackles from last year. They replaced a starting tackle from last year. They gave a huge contract to a guard. That's nice. So they lost their tackles. They replaced one of them with a guard in Joe Tooney and paid him a ton of money. And now,
that's not what they did.
Hey, they need a left tackle. So I know what we'll do. We'll trade for a right tackle in Orlando Brown, who could play left tackle. Although Baltimore, you have so much respect for Baltimore. They do it better than anybody else. You keep saying that over and over. Hey, like what? They ain't won a thing. All that 55 cents to get you a side of ribs at a local joint in Kansas City.
I immediately regret this decision, man. I thought you would take it back, and I thought you would see it clearly. You doubled down on the dumb.
I'm tripling
You just
down.
doubled down on the dumb. Or triple down on the dumb.
Down.
Okay, Michael. Okay, they got a two-time
Tell me why,
Pro
Mike.
Bowl.
Tell me why.
They won the first round? Okay. Would you at least agree with this?
Hold on. Wait, before you do that. Wait, do that. Is that jacket? Let me see what that is. That tweed? That tweed get you like a nice little lectern.
It's blue.
Get a lectern, and we'll wait for your PowerPoint, Professor, as you tell us things that we can't see yet. As you try to teach us football. Oh, great one. Teach us football here. I'm sitting. Let me get my notes. Get my notes over here.
I appreciate your sarcasm, but there's an old saying about he who knows not and knows not that he knows not. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this because clearly you're a lost cause. Yeah. We've lost him.
Yeah.
You're a lost cause when it comes to this.
Come on. Tell me why they won round one.
No. So would you at least agree that as much as we hype up these draft prospects, as excited as we get about the draft, that a lot of these first rounders in particular are not going to pan out. There'll be some stars, some we expect, some we don't expect. But the reason it's an inexact science is because it's not a sure thing. And especially this year, it's one of the most fascinating drafts we've seen in a long time, not just because of the intrigue, not just because it's going quarterback 1, 2, 3, but with the opt-outs, with the varying number of games played across the country, the lack of a combine, the lack of visits, the pandemic, it's really compromised the scouting process. So teams will be, it'd be likely that they miss more than usual on some of these higher rated prospects for a number of reasons. So since there's already no such thing as sure things, now you add all those variables into it. With the 31st pick of the first round, with the 31st overall pick of the draft, the Kansas City Chiefs addressed one of the premium positions on a football team. You'd agree with that? Like blue chip left tackles go top 5. Now, I get that Orlando Brown started as a right
left tackle.
Wait a second. He's 24 years old. He's a 2-time Pro Bowl right tackle who played left tackle last year. Okay, but he was a right tackle because they had Ronnie Stanley. Ronnie Stanley got hurt, he played left tackle. And he started at left tackle for the Ravens last year. He wants to be a left tackle. It's really a great story. He wants to be a left tackle because that's what his dad was. It wanted him to be. Okay?
Right.
So he's
he's a
24-year-old,
don't bring that in,
Pro Bowl.
Because now, no, don't do that.
That sentimental
I like what
value,
you're doing.
the sentimental part.
Don't bring that in. Because now I'm the guy
I'm just telling you the story.
Who's against Zeus.
No, you're the guy that doesn't know what he's talking about. You're the guy that doesn't know the backstory. That's what I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to educate you
I'm telling you
what's going on here.
I'm telling you that. I know the backstory. But you know what's so funny? Like, you can't pick and choose, Mike. You got to figure it out. If you think Baltimore's smart.
What am I picking and choosing?
Yeah, you think Baltimore's smart? You keep telling us Baltimore's smart, right? You keep saying that.
Yes.
You said Baltimore. No. Let me just quote you. You didn't say Baltimore's smart. Baltimore does it better than anybody. Better than anybody. That's what you said.
I believe that, yes. I believe that, yes.
If the Baltimore Ravens have a premium talent who can play right tackle or left tackle, I know I know he got hurt. I know he got hurt last year. I know he was the 6th overall pick of the draft. I know he went to Notre Dame. I know his story. Thank you. If they have a premium talent capable of going right tackle, left tackle, do you think the smartest team in football is going to trade him? Do you think they'll do that?
He wants to play left tackle, and they're not going to pay him. He's on his rookie contract. They weren't going to pay him what he wants to be paid, where he wants to play.
So they're not as smart as.
So much like Baltimore. No, they're so smart that they often let people walk in free agency and end up with a bunch of compensatory picks. They practically invented the compensatory pick formula. There's such a thing as a win-win. Maybe this trade's a win-win. I personally think it's a win-win. Okay?
But you didn't say that. See,
I think Kansas City.
You keep going.
I think Kansas City wins the first round. I will keep going. Please, thank you. I appreciate it. I think Kansas City won the first round in a draft that is more uncertain than usual by getting a starting Pro Bowl caliber, potentially left tackle with the 31st pick of the first round. If Orlando Brown were in this draft, cliche alert, you ready for it? If Orlando Brown were in this draft, I doubt seriously he'd go 31st overall. Now, you keep talking about the Chiefs left tackles who were old and broken down, neither of whom is still on the roster right now. Maybe they bring back Mitchell Schwartz, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a Chiefs insider, okay? But what I do know is that this offseason, not only did they address left tackle, which in the draft, it goes quarterback, pass rusher, left tackle, depending on the prospect, okay? Not only did they address the left tackle spot in a big way by getting a 24-year-old 2-time Pro Bowl tackle. Okay, I get it. Maybe he's not Walter Jones, but he's really good. Okay?
Okay.
Joe Tooney, the best guard on the market. Austin Blythe, who they got from, I believe, the Rams, was a top 10 center. So they upgraded at center. Kyle Long came out of retirement. We don't know what he is. Rimmers was pretty good last year. Lucas Niang, their third-round pick at tackle, maybe he competes, but he opted out last year, okay? Rimmers was pretty solid when he came in. And, okay, you want to talk about sentimental? Laurent Duvernay-Tardif opted out to go fight COVID last year. He's coming back. So, Michael, the reason I'm so over the moon about this trade, and I didn't anticipate spending 11 minutes, the first 11 minutes going back to Friday, but you're just too stubborn to get out of your own way. The reason I'm so over the moon about this trade, Michael, is because if Patrick Mahomes is arguably the face of the league, okay, and he's a guy that we think is going to potentially go down as one of the greatest of all time. The Kansas City Chiefs just solidified their offensive line and, by the way, got an extra second-round pick back from the Ravens. So they moved out of the first round. When they set up the first round of the draft at 31, it's going to say Orlando Brown. They win. Because not just because of Orlando Brown, Michael, in the position that he plays, but who he's protecting. I get that a lot of teams at the top are going to get their quarterback. I get they're going to be some, Joe Burrow is going to get either a left tackle of his own or a great wide receiver. But the Chiefs just protected Patrick Mahomes, provided they sign Orlando Brown. They just solidified and fortified the people that are in charge of protecting Patrick Mahomes. That's huge. The Chiefs are already the biggest winners in the first round, as far as I'm concerned.
I think you're reading too much into it for a couple of reasons. One, to remix the gift that keeps on giving. That's what they're supposed to do. Well, you want to give them a cookie? Of course, you've got a top quarterback. That's why even Cincinnati, which is a stupid team, even Cincinnati is saying at number 5, we probably shouldn't take. We love Jamar Chase, who played with Joe Burrow at LSU. We love him, but we probably should take one of these great tackles. We should probably take Slater or Sewell.
Not
we
necessarily.
should probably do it.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but even dumb teams think that. Hey, like you get a quarterback, franchise quarterback, you got to protect him. The Chiefs, this was their only option. Now they got a good player. I don't know if he can play left tackle the way they want him to. I don't know.
I think Andy Reid knows. I think Andy Reid knows a thing or two about offensive linemen. I'm just going to guess. He's a pretty good.
He sure didn't know that much about the offensive line. The last time we saw the Kansas City Chiefs play, it looked like he had no idea.
They were hurt. They were hurt. They were hurt. They were beat up, old, and hurt. All right, you know what? Let's just change the subject.